Hello everyone, welcome to our mobility class today. Today we're going to focus on our shoulders. This is a joint in our body that we can get very tight in. It's also the most mobile joint in our body. It has full range in every direction, pretty much. Or it has the capacity to really move in every plane of motion. So it has a lot of potential, and it also has a lot of potential to get really stuck, because everything we do in our life is in the front of our body. Everything is right here in the front, and we rarely ever take our shoulders into other planes of motion unless we actually train for that. So this is an opportunity to train for that and to give your shoulders a relief from being always in this one plane of motion and taking them into other planes of motion where we feel more open. A lot of shoulder issues happen because of our posture. So as I said, if you are all day hunched forward in your desk or in your computer, the shoulder starts to round forward. So these muscles get really tight, they get stretched out, but they get weak. So they're weak, they're tight, and they can get really painful. We can start feeling a lot of pain up here in our neck and in the top of our shoulders. And the front muscles, these pectoral muscles, get very shortened and tight as well. So it's important to think about opening and releasing the front of the shoulder if we want to get that increased range of motion. So we'll be using a few different tools today to explore these places. One of them will be a tennis ball. It can also be a lacrosse ball. I like the tennis ball because it's a little bit more gentle. It has a little bit more squish to it, whereas the lacrosse ball is a little bit more firm. But you can choose whichever one feels best for you. And we're also going to use an elastic band. So this is like, I think they're called TheraBands. They're used for physical therapy, rehabilitation, but they're they're also an amazing workout tool, and we're going to use it a little bit today too. If you don't have one of these elastic bands, then you can just grab a sweater or a t-shirt, a scarf. It doesn't have to be elastic, but if it is elastic, I think it'll work better. I've done these exercises also without elastic bands, and it works fine. Some of you might be surprised that I'm teaching on a Sunday. I couldn't make it on Friday. We had a few inconveniences, but I'm recording it today. So if you're watching live, please jump in and join us. We're going to be opening up our shoulders. And otherwise, you'll probably be watching the recording afterwards. So remember that these classes are saved, these recordings are saved on our Facebook page, UC Davis Campus Recreation, and they are also saved on my Facebook page, Tamara Vodovos Yoga, and I'm also uploading them to my YouTube channel, Tamara Vodovos Yoga, as well. So lots of opportunities to go back to these classes and practice them whenever you have time for them. And also find many more classes that are free and available for you to follow at home at your convenience. So let's get started. So I want us to warm up standing. So just leave your elements here to the side for now, and let's come to standing. Make sure that you have enough space at home. Move the furniture to the side so you're not bumping into anything. Make sure that you can swing your arms freely around. That's what we're gonna do. So taking a wide stance, let your knees be receptive. Don't lock them back. Just let them be receptive as you move and swing side to side. And as you do so, let the arms be very loose as they swing. And when you come to the full rotation, make a fist and tap on your body. So on the front, you're gonna tap with your fist between your shoulder and your chest. And in the back, just below the shoulder blade. And also try to look all the way behind you. So you're coming into a full spinal rotation. Don't be afraid to really tap on your body, to really give yourself a nice massage here. And slow it down, coming back to center. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, release. Nice and easy. Let's do 2 more. Great. Now open the arms wide on your inhale. Exhale, round your back. Reach for the edge of your shoulder blades and let your body curl in. Inhale, open up. Exhale, now the other arm on top. Exhale, curling in. Let's go twice more, alternating each arm on top. And release. Interlace your fingers and press the palms up. And on the exhale, extend your arms, press the palms up. Inhale, soften and release. Exhale. Press strong those palms up. Inhale to soften, and let's do 2 more. Release. And now take your arms behind you, interlace the fingers behind. Bend the elbows, keep them bent. Take the shoulders back, chest open. Press the knuckles into your sacrum. Take a deep breath, expanding the chest, and on your exhale, extend the arms behind you. If this is not available for you right now to extend your arms, you can go ahead and grab the elastic band or the scarf or whatever you're using for this. You can hold it behind you and extend the arms here. So you can hold the band or the scarf as wide as you need to get the arms to extend behind you. And let's take a few breaths here. Reaching the Arms behind you. Take another deep breath. Take the feet a little bit wide. Bend the knees. Exhale, fold forward. Release your head and keep reaching the arms up above you. Lift the shoulders away from your ears. Keep the knees bent and let your spine hang here. Deep breaths. And slowly come back up and release your band. All right. Oops. Sorry about that. I just want to move this to the side. All right. Okay. And so make sure that there's no obstacles around you, that the wall is far enough. And we're going to take our shoulder in circles. And with the other hand, I am holding, or I'm feeling here, the pectoral muscles. So I don't want to compensate with my whole body, taking the arm back, but I want to keep with this other hand, I'm keeping my chest in the same plane. And I'm exploring how far I can take my arm. Go slow and just feel it out and notice, where does it feel sticky? Where does it feel restricted? And let's change direction. Now take the arm in the opposite direction. And I'm going for about 8 of these big circles. Really slow, feeling, bringing awareness to the edges of the restrictions. So each one of us is going to have, it's going to look very different. We're going to have different ranges of motion. So you need to explore what it's like for you. All right, I'm going to the other side. Count about 8 circles in each direction. You might notice that one arm feels different to the other. Very good. And now just the shoulders. Up, back, and down. Let's do about 10 of these. And change direction. Forward, down, and up. Nice. Release the head, release the arms, swing them out, shake it out, whatever you need to feel loose. Loosen it up. Okay. All right. Do you have any questions there? Ooh, Dominic is watching. Okay. So let's come to the floor, onto all fours, and bring your arms shoulder width apart, spread the fingers, connect to the floor, And keep your belly in, keep your spine neutral. So we're only going to move the shoulder blades. So I'm bringing my chest towards the floor, and the shoulder blades come together behind. And here the shoulder blades come apart, and I lift my chest away from the floor. So I'm not arching the spine. I'm focusing only on moving the shoulder blades. Let's do about 10 repetitions. Keep your head neutral. Try not to reach with your head forward. All right, great. Now we're going to do something similar, but with the arms up overhead. And because it might be difficult to do it without anything to push into, we're going to come to the wall. And I think here I'll be giving you my back. So I think I need to bring the camera to the side or to an angle. How about that? I think that'll work. Okay. So coming to the wall, bring your hands also shoulder width apart and come to a place where the spine is neutral, where it's straight. Keep your head facing down towards the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. We don't have to worry now about the extension of your hamstring. So you can bend the knees so that you can come to this flat back position. And now push away from the wall and then let your head come towards the wall. So it's like you're shrugging the shoulders and then letting them come down. Shrug the shoulders, push, push, push into the wall. And now bring your weight towards the wall. And your head comes towards the wall. And let's do about 10 of those. Great. And come back up. And now sideways, it's actually not, I don't think it's possible to do it sideways. But what we can do sideways, or what I want us to do here, is to turn the fingers to point back behind you. And I'm standing straight here. And now walk, walk, walk to turn away from the wall and get that massive, awesome stretch right here. And I feel it all the way to the tips of my fingers. With the other hand, I'm opening the chest and encouraging a deeper stretch. You can even, with your fingers, palpate the pectoral muscles and get a little bit deeper sensation right there. Deep breaths. And it might even feel good to bring your head away from that shoulder. That intensifies the stretch, intensifies the sensation. And slowly release, shake it out. That actually feels really intense for me. And let's go to the other side. So fingers pointing back. And start to turn, turn, turn. And open the chest. can massage with your fingertips, massage the pectoral muscles. Now, one thing I forgot to say here, if you're feeling any pinching in the joint capsule, bring the hand a little bit lower, and that will be a little bit less intense. Otherwise, if you don't feel any pain in the joint capsule, keep the hand shoulder height. And bringing in the stretch of the neck. Deep breaths. And release. Shake it out. Anything that you need to do to release, if your wrists feel a little tweaky, go ahead and give them a little squeeze and movement. All right, let's come back to the other view. Okay. Let's come to grab our band. And you've probably done these before. We're going to take the band up and back and go really slow because you don't want to take yourself too far. So feel through the movement, especially when we're going back here in this back angle. So notice that I'm starting with my arms quite wide to give myself a lot of space. And I like using the rubber band because it gives me that extra capacity to pull out. So I'm actually engaging my muscles as I'm doing this. Pull, pull, pull wide and take it back, nice and slow. And after you've done a few of these, we can switch to coming a little bit more narrow, tiny bit more narrow. So I'm just going to make it a tiny bit shorter. And then try it again. Yeah. And remember, if it's too much, you're doing it to yourself, so go ahead and give yourself more space. Make the band a tiny bit longer if you need to. It feels amazing. So good. And let's count about 8 of these repetitions. Fun thing about these live classes is that I am doing it with you. We're practicing together. Teaching these classes motivates me to practice. I love it. It also motivates me to do research and find out different things and methods to share with you guys. Oh, it just went a little bit more narrow in the band. Something else that's really good for our shoulder health that I can't demonstrate here because I don't have the equipment, is to hang, is to do pull-ups. It's really good for our shoulder health. To either hang from a bar, you can hang from a bar and do shrugs, you can hang from a bar and do pull-ups. All great exercises that balance our musculoskeletal system, keeps it strong, keeps it healthy. All right, I think I've done about 10 of these already as we're chatting here. So now bring the band to the front, and you can, I have it double so it was a little bit stronger, but I'm going to use it now on a softer setting, so only one turn, and we're going to open the band. But let's hold it this way, palms up, and open. And open it all the way and even a little bit more back, and bring the shoulder blades back and down. So don't let this happen. Don't shrug for this one. Keep the shoulders down. I'm going to come a little bit closer. I'm going to do it kneeling. Open and go beyond. It's a really good counter stretch and strengthening to bring the shoulder blades together behind and open the chest. So we're working here on our scapula and the muscles that stabilize the scapula. I'm going to show it sideways so you see how much I'm taking the arms back. And I feel it really intense here in the rotator cuff muscles. Let's do 5 more of these. Oh, wow, I feel it a lot. It was burning right here, which is really good because these muscles get really weak. They're just like, hanging here. So we want to strengthen the back, strengthen the muscles that hold our scapula on our back. Super important to do. Okay, and I'm gonna stay here close, but you can do this either standing or on a small seat. We're going to use the band for this. So let's take one arm up. So I'm holding the band with the top arm. Bend the elbow, and with the other hand, help the arm to go back, the elbow to go back. And keep the head neutral and press the head back into that arm. Keep the ribs down. So don't compensate by opening the ribs too much. Try to keep the ribs down, belly in, so that the stretch really happens at the shoulder level. And now take the other arm out, thumb down, bring it behind, and catch the elastic band. And remember, you can be doing this with a scarf. It doesn't need to be elastic. Ribs in, head neutral, and the back of the head pressing back into the top arm. Now, if you are holding an elastic band, you can stretch. Here you can stretch, extend the elastic, and encourage the top arm to come a little bit further. And I'm going to count about 8 of these reps. And now the other way, top arm extending to strengthen the triceps. 8 of these too. And release. Whew. Shake it out. We're going to the other side, so I'll show it now from this view. Second side. Very important here, the action of the ribs and the belly drawing in so that we don't overcompensate by arching the spine, and we keep that stretch. We keep the sensation right here in the shoulder and of course the triceps. Press the head back into the top arm. And now reach back, thumb down, reach back for the elastic band. Deep breaths. And I'm going to start extending the bottom arm, the lower arm. About 8 or 10 of these reps. And now extend the top arm. Whew. Great, release that. Shake out the arms, whatever you need to loosen it up. Great. So let's come to the floor, and I'm gonna tilt it lower so we get a full view of the floor work. And get your tennis ball ready too, because we're gonna use that in a moment. Okay. All right. Keeping my tennis ball nearby. So let's come on all fours. Keep your thighs vertical and walk your hands forward. And reach with the hands as far as you can. Come up onto your fingertips. So you're tenting your hands. So I'm tenting my hands to keep the arms strong and engaged, shoulders engaged, and then bring the chest down towards the floor. Nice big opening of the front of the shoulders. You can look forward, you can look down to the floor. Deep breaths. And come back up. Release the arms. And now cross your hands over to your opposite shoulders. And very similar, but this time we'll keep the elbows down, take the hips back, keep the hips up, and rest your chin on that top wrist. Big big breaths, letting the chest come down towards the floor. Notice which arm is on top, and now switch. Put the other arm on top. And slowly come out. Back to all fours. Inhale, open the right arm up. Big stretch. Exhale, bring it back down. Change. Inhale, open the left arm up. Exhale it down. Let's do it twice more to each side. Really push that hand into the floor and reach the top arm up, up, up as much as you can. One more to each side. All right, take the right arm up again. This time, exhale, bring it under the body all the way across. Bring your head and shoulder to the floor and make sure there's a lot of space between your ear and your shoulder. Lots of space. So you're not shrugging, you're not compressing the ear towards the shoulder, not this, but actually opening. So it's like you're stretching the side of your neck. Okay, keep the hips up. Open the left arm up, 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 up. Thumb down, and now reach the arm around your low back and maybe grab your opposite thigh. It's like you're sliding your fingers into your right pocket. Look up towards the ceiling, take the left shoulder back. All right, if your neck feels okay, there's no pinchy sensations. If you have any sort of like intense pinching sensations in the neck, just back it off a little bit. Go back to where we were before. Stay here. If you want to explore a slightly different stretch, then start to extend your left leg and allow your body weight to come towards the shoulder. So tuck your chin. Tuck the chin, take the left arm up to the floor, and this leg starts to come forward to balance out, and maybe both shoulders come to the floor. My chin is tucking a lot. You can even hold with the right hand, you can hold this leg. And slowly unwind. And I really like that second stretch because it stretches the top of the trapezius. So I'm really tucking the chin and I'm letting the shoulders open up towards the floor and allowing the body weight to kind of like drop towards my shoulders. It feels really good. Just make sure that the neck is not compromised. Let's go to the other side. Left arm up, and exhale, bring it under. Make sure to create that space between the shoulder and the ear. You can keep your knees a little bit wide so that it's more stable. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Open, 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 open. Reach, reach, reach. Turn the thumb down and then bring the arm behind you. Like you're going to slide your fingers into your left pocket or maybe grab your thigh. You can stay here, exploring different angles. You can move your hips a little bit side to side and see how that feels. If you want to go to the trap stretch, extend the right leg, allow the weight to come towards the shoulders, take the right foot, walk the right foot more out to the right, maybe grab the leg with the left arm, and then open the right arm down to the floor. And slowly unwind. Ooh, coming back to all fours. Wonderful. And make sure that you release any additional tension from that. Okay, let's come to use our tennis ball. So if you have long hair, get it out of the way. And first we'll use the ball here in the chest. For some of us, you might need a little extra under your chest to really get the ball to the place where we want it. Is this straight? Okay. So the idea is to press the ball into the chest. Now some people do it leaning against the doorway. You're totally welcome to do that. So you could be standing with the ball right here and leaning into the door. I'm going to show it on the floor. On the floor with the ball under the chest and extend the arm out to the side. Now if you're not feeling a lot of intensity there, then you just need to lift the ball a little bit. So I'm going to use this yoga block. You can also use a book. So it doesn't have to be, I think actually this is probably too high. If you have a thinner book, I think it'll work just fine. The important thing is that you adjust and find what works for you. You want to feel a nice, intense sensation right in the pectoral muscles. And it can be very tender. So be gentle with yourself. And my head is floating a little bit here, so I'm going to adjust with this cushion. Support my head. There, that feels really good. Now, the reason why I like to do it on the floor is because I can find a good spot there, and now I'm going to move my arm. And that can be really intense, but it's also really good. Make sure that you're tolerating the sensation as best as possible, because it can be intense. Great. I'm going to go to the other side now. Show it over here. Block, ball, and my level of tolerance. And it might feel different on each side. Be patient. Take deep breaths. And let yourself really become absorbed in the sensation. Don't run away from it. Breathe into it. Lean into the discomfort. And with the breath, open space. Open space with the breath. Whew. Okay. Oh, it's nice to take a cobra stretch here. Why not? Open the chest, shoulders back. And let's come now to lay on our back. And the ball is going to come between the shoulder blades and the spine, right in this area, between shoulder blade and spine. So you don't want to be on the bone, you want to be on those muscles between shoulder blade and spine. Okay, so bringing the ball right there. And for some of us, this is a place of a lot of tension, a lot of intensity. So what I like to do is I find a good spot. I hold this arm with the opposite arm so that this arm can be as relaxed as possible. And I lift my hips. And then I can wiggle side to side, oh my goodness, and massage those really, really intense spots in the back of our shoulders. Oh, keep adjusting the ball to the places that feel intense. And I'm not moving a lot, I'm just gently shifting the weight to the different intense spots. If you find a spot that feels particularly good, you can pause here, take deep breaths. And use the breath to open space. Lean into the discomfort and breathe through it. Breathe through it. You can take the ball as high as you can, all the way to the traps if you want. This is a good way to do it with the arm now extended overhead, to kind of hold it in place, and I'm still keeping my hips up to take the weight of my body towards the ball. Move your head a little bit. We're really looking for the sensations that feel good to each one of us. If you're tired lifting your hips, let the hips come down. And this is also a really good one to do. Reaching the arm up and down. I'm going to count about 8 of these movements. I'm using my breath here. I'm inhaling on the way up and exhaling on the way down. And you can also wave the arm out, up and down. There might be different places where this feels better. So maybe explore rolling on the ball on a different spot and then seeing how that affects your shoulder movement. Yeah, let's go to the other side. Oh, feels so good. Okay. So first, holding the arm, staying nice and lazy with the arm, and then lifting the hips to move and find different spots. Whew. So good. Intense, but good. Shoulders are gonna thank you afterwards. Oh, okay, coming a little bit higher to the traps. Oh, this works really well. Deep breaths. Lean into the discomfort to open space with the breath. Whew. Great, and now I'm going to keep my hips down. With the inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring it back down. Let's do 8 of these. Notice that I'm finding slightly different angles on each breath. So now palm open, waving up and down, out to the side. Also finding different spots, different angles. Ooh, Lots of intense sensations. All great stuff. All right. Oh my goodness, it feels so good. And let's come to our belly. Oh, and a big cobra stretch. All right. Do any movement that you'd like right now to kind of free up any residual tension. We don't want to remain tense after we do this. So any shaking out of the shoulders, waving of the arms feels good to me. Maybe even some side bending. Whatever your body needs right now to come into a place of ease and comfort. I hope this this shoulder mobility class helped you to release a little bit of tension in the shoulders and open up your heart and have a very relaxed rest of your day. Thank you very much. My name is Tamara, and I will see you again here soon. Every day, almost every day. There's always classes online here at UC Davis Campus Recreation. So just tune in, follow us, join us. Tons of different formats. Would love to see you here online. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.